Good morning, this is talkSPORT Breakfast. I'm Jeff Stelling. Ali McCoist is with me. Fleetwood Mac and Go Your Own Way. And in my script in front of me, it says, Ali, do you know the album, this song? I'm not going to insult you by asking you that question.
Ed, that's poor. You never put that question.
Surely not down to it.
One of the greatest albums of all time.
I mean, every single song on it, every single tune on it,
classic,
was a classic. You know,
classic.
I mean, just
what was it? Stevie Nicks, Lindsay Buckingham, Mick Fleetwood,
John McVeigh.
That was it.
Yeah. So
Christy McVie.
They had a very, very checkered time.
Checkered time.
You know, seen a couple of great documentaries on them and the stuff that went on. You know, between them, and Stevie Nicks and Christy McVie, both brilliant vocalists as well. Ali says, no, it's not Ali. He says, cheers, Ali. I want to give a shout out to the wonderful Ali McCoist, who was the only pundit who said my beloved Manchester United would finish in the top 4.
Very good. I think that might have been a touch of sarcasm in there, but a wonderful message. Really appreciated.
Absolutely. Okay, time for a look now at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business.
Backpage review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Join Tesco Mobile and get business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big mobile networks. Tesco Mobile. Every little helps. For applicable terms and verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
And Shebahn is with us. Morning, Shebahn.
A very, very good morning to you both. We have to touch on...
You in good form? Where did I see you? Where were you walking? You were walking the kids and it was brilliant.
Oh, Dunstable Downs.
There you are. It's not a place I think I've ever ventured of in a day out. Dunstable Downs.
Jamie's from Luton, you see, so he spent a lot of time there when he was young. And people go like the extreme kind of kite flying, and they're all kind of parachuting.
Extreme kite flying.
They're like, got the rave music on while they're flying a kite. It's not what we're used to on a blustery day in East Kilbride.
Oh, by the way,
Top of the hill.
I'll tell you something right now. If you want to go for a bit of extreme kite flying, East Kilbride would be the place to go.
Because you are pretty high up, right?
East Kilbride, yeah. Those winds the other day there, that's the worst I've ever seen. There he is, a statement for an older man. The worst I've ever seen, those winds.
Do you know
what it was, guys? Was the noise.
It's a bit creepy.
Oh, I had to go out, and I know you were advised not to, but when I say out, I just went into my garden a little bit just to see what it was like. The noise was unbelievable.
Well, it is a bit scary sometimes, I mean, well, our house is, we're in the country and we're surrounded by trees.
Yeah.
And there's been so much rain, of course, that loosens the roots and things, and you just hope if a tree comes down, it doesn't come down on your house, you know, so...
You see pictures and horror stories of the...
I'll show you that phone.
Really dangerous. So dangerous.
Trees getting uprooted from East Kilbride.
Yeah. Do you know my dad lost his fence in the whole situation, and it looks much better? There's a bit more of an open layout now. Not sure the neighbours will approve.
The worst thing was, while Storm Eowyn was going on outside, I had bloomin' Hurricane Bianca in the car with me. I mean, I couldn't get away.
Well, my garage roof actually slates my garage roof came in.
Oh dear.
Yeah, not good.
I know. Well, hopefully everyone is safe. Let's focus on the back pages for you this morning. There's a lot of focus on Marcus Rashford. Rash Dash is the headline in The Sun. Rio Ferdinand saying no way back for Marcus. And I think the comments that Ruben Amorim had made in the press conference, the post-match press conference, he would rather play a 63-year-old goalkeeper coach, Jorge Vilda, over any player who's not willing to give their best all the time, shows that. However, the Telegraph covering it in this light, James Ducker saying Amorim blast puts Rashford admirers on bargain alert. So will his comments be encouraging suitors to believe they can land a cut price loan deal before the transfer window closes? Has he been really smart to do this, or has he shot himself in the foot?
We talked about it yesterday, didn't we? We talked about it yesterday. It says, how much is he knocking off Marcus Rashford's price in the transfer market by saying things like that? And if I was Ruben Amorim's boss, I'd be saying, whoa, just be careful what you say sometimes, because this financially could mean we take a hit.
100%. And also, I think when you listen to his comments, the manager's comments, Shebahn, which I've got to say, Jeff and I were loving him because he's coming out and saying what he's thinking.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely refreshing.
However, at the same time, straight away, if I'm looking at Marcus Rashford and I'm listening to the manager, and I'm thinking, woof, you know what I'll maybe do? I'll maybe just see if I can get him on loan rather than buy him. Things like that. I'll have a look at him for a few months. Just things like that. And it definitely knocks the value off the if any transfer fee, I think.
Some of the papers touching on as well, Eric Ten Hag's comments, remember, when he said Jadon Sancho wasn't at the level to be in the squad, and then Sancho went on social media, said, I'm sick of being a scapegoat, etc. I feel that the difference between, and when Amorim says it, bearing in mind he said last week that his squad were maybe the worst that Manchester United have ever had, it's almost like, fair play to this guy, he's been really honest. Whereas when Ten Hag had said honest assessments, it was almost seen as throwing his players under the bus, and you shouldn't do that.
I think one of the differences is, and you're right, I don't think you should do it, but one of the differences might be, I don't think there's any kind of way back for Marcus Rashford. I'm kind of in Rio's camp at this moment in time, whereas I think Ten Hag might have been attempting to give a final shot across the bows of Jadon Sancho. Listen, Amorim might be doing the same with Marcus Rashford. This is my last chance to try and get something out of him. I'll fire this across his bows. But I think that is a last resort. If you're slating an individual in public, it's a last resort, I think, for a manager. By all means, I think, you know, and we've heard Arne Slot do it. I can't remember what game it was, but he's had a go at the team. He said that's not the level of performance, and I think that's fine. Yeah. I do. I don't have a problem with that at all. But once you start naming individuals, they should be big enough to take it because it's part and parcel. They should be big boys and go on with it. But I think it's a kind of last throw of the dice, a last resort.
Should be. It's very hard. You know what it's like. If somebody throws personal criticism at you, you know, you've got to have really broad shoulders to be able to take it.
Somebody who did was Darren Bent back in the day, because Jason Burt actually mentions it in his piece in the Telegraph, the time that Harry Redknapp had said my missus could have scored that goal. You know, and Darren Bent then said he knew it wasn't a malicious thing. You know, he should have done better in that game. So you're right, how players receive it. Don't think Rashford will have received it well though. And just one other thing today in the Times, as the transfer window nears a close, Gary Jacobs saying Rashford in limbo, Arsenal stretched and help for Potter. What's going to happen with Evan Ferguson? He's believed to be going on loan to Everton, possibly. Rashford, his situation, and Joe Bellingham is getting a mention as well, because he's had
a good season so far, Joe Bellingham.
But Sunderland fans will not appreciate us speculating about him,
particularly now at this moment in time when we just spoke about when they're up challenging for promotion. But it's an interesting one. If somebody's, again with the Rashford thing, I know you wouldn't want to miss the boat if you're interested in him, but you would leave it as late as possible.
You would take him for a cut price though, right?
Yeah.
You would trust it.
It depends who you are. Depends which team we're talking about.
I mean, finances will definitely come into it, but after the manager Bruno Amorim's made his comments, Ruben, I beg your pardon, and the longer it goes, it'll go like that. His value will dip, and also how much you have to pay for his wages and things like that. That will continue to drop the longer it goes.
I was shocked when you said Evan Ferguson expected to go to Everton. I would be staggered by that. You know, if he has an option of going to West Ham with his old boss Graham Potter, who got the best out of him, or going to a club, you know, where we're the best one in the world since the days of Duncan Ferguson, centre forwards have struggled. You know, I would be really surprised. But who knows? Thanks, Shebahn.
Thank you.
That was a look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.